Hi, welcome to our Homestead Series. We hope this will be of enjoyment and informative. We don't know everything, we don't do everything perfect, but what we do know works for us. In these economic times, people have been talking about a back to the land movement or getting back to a more simple way of life. The transformation from the comforts of city dwelling and our modern way can be a little different going back to the homestead. I won't say complicated, but there are some things some people should know. So I hope you enjoy this series.
Alright, a quick cap on last year. This was our crop back in the fall, just shortly before I buzzed it down. I take my lawn tractor and I usually cut away all the trash and level off any overgrown weeds and all the other potato stalks that may be left over. And that's kind of a final product of that, and that makes it a little easier to dig, especially when you're hand digging. And basically that's how I dig them. I'll put all these video links in the sidebar or in the So, how do we do it? Well, this is how we plant them. The first thing I'm going to do, obviously, is start tilling the garden. I did till this back in the fall with the light tilling, but we had so much rain last year, to do any depth would have just bunged up my tiller too much. So I till it relatively deep this time. I've already tilled this garden a couple of times this year too, to cut back on the weeds a bit. And then I'll take my row maker. The video for that will also be in the description box. This is why I like doing a little bit more of a deep till too for potatoes as they go in the ground a little bit deeper than say corn seed or what have you. See, I got a little sick and tired of the string thing across the garden. I worked for an old farmer and we did that, and I think we spent more time taking the string to measure than anything else, so that's what prompted me to come up with this idea. Alright, so all my rows are made, and now we come out and we just get all the potatoes down. Many hands make light work. I have a little row spacer that I made for the kids when they help us, and the video for that again will be in the description box. For those of you that want to cut them, as we planted ours whole this year, what you're looking for there is eyes or sprouts. This one here I'll probably cut in half, as you can see, and you always plant with the cut part down, so the sprout has a way of getting out. Now some people like to harden them, but we've never done that. Now that I've got them all planted, I take my potato hiller that I made last year. I got a video for that too. And this year we discovered it also works really well for burying them. Saves a lot of time versus hoeing them all. And if there's any spots that it did miss, I just went along and just covered them over. Basically, that entire garden patch was tilled, planted, and covered in about 2 hours. And I expect to get a yield of about 1,500 pounds from this. But I'll let you know in the fall when that happens. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I hope this helps.